Alright, we're back. The Justice.
Leonardo.
Oh, okay, he does move. Just took a while to load it.
Batman.
Man.
Fighters approaching Slaughter Swamp.
Oh. Since you looked at that more carefully, I saw some things on there that I was like, what does that even mean?
I know
Yeah.
exactly how to beat you.
You fought Ninja Turtles, Batman?
I'm full of surprises.
Begin.
It's like, well, they were different continuities versions, I guess. Oh. There's some cameo-like stuff in this?
The Turtles do. Because you can play all of them.
Oh. Yeah. Makes sense. Feels very new smokish. The way that they're coming in.
Hey, Black.
I don't know. Here. I know you're punching at me and I'm not. Yep, back.
It's just back?
Yep, here, like, I'll now, when I actually get to you, I'm just doing light punches for you. Nope. Did you not block?
I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't pushing back? I blocked your, Oh, here, throw something at me again, then. I thought it looked like I blocked that. No, I guess I didn't. I thought I did. Well, that has to be perfectly timed. Shit, I don't know.
It's probably that one. Hold on.
No?
Maybe this one? Maybe this one.
No, that just switched your stance. Yeah, that's just that whole, like... Okay, but they already noticed I blocked. I was just holding back. All I was doing was running away.
Okay.
Like... Maybe it just has to be timed or something.
I suggest you stay down.
It's weird not being able to block. I guess you can't block either, so...
Good job. High five.
Nope.
I mean, to stand a chance against your Batman since you played this, I'm kind of liking Turtles.
I have not played this in 2 years.
This game is very Mortal Kombat, though. It's definitely got something different going on, but its DNA is Mortal Kombat. They just turned it into something else. Which is odd to see something so faithfully Mortal Kombat that's a clone. Like, so I've seen that with Street Fighter a lot, but a lot of the Mortal Kombat clones are something really funky and off the wall, you know?
Like they have they have Scotsmen that lift their kilts and fire fireballs from their dick. Yes,
Or
that
like-
is a thing.
No, I've seen that game, but or like where jumping's not a thing, but it's Mortal Kombat, or like running is everything, or like you know what I mean. Like it was like Killer Instinct was the game. It was like you thought Mortal Kombat had combos.
Combo breaker.
I mean, wasn't there like literally something that would shout out if you like killed someone in one single huge combo?
I think so. I know that it would the game would lose its mind if you did a combo breaker.
Hey, that was like super high skill way back in the day.
Superman.
Huh.
Hellboy.
Are they saying their names, or is there an announcer?
There's an announcer.
Is it
Fighters
two different
approaching
guys?
contact.
Huh?
It's
No, it's just the one voice.
Okay.
Bro, we need to get your hearing checked.
That's just that, like, maybe his delivery is just very different. Like,
You
thing
don't
to thing.
belong here.
Preach into the choir, friend.
Why does he have chains?
Because, you know, he's like the Superman that needs to be in prison.
Okay.
Well, that's what happened at the end of the last one. They put him in like the red room. Or they put him in a red kryptonite room.
I definitely feel the DNA of Apex, though. It's kind of brawlery in that way. Ooh.
The strong protect the weak.
I can't even tell what it is that counts as a knockdown. Do we straight up have health?
Yes,
Okay. But did it ever go down, or do we have like 2 bars?
we just have 2 bars.
Ah, okay.
Ready to quit yet?
Ooh. You definitely can. Wow, people feel differently from each other in this. Oh, so okay, just now I got through your first bar.
Yep.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah, I should probably move the camera.
Oh, I just wasn't paying that close of attention. I would have noticed if I looked at it when I head was farther out.
Nah, let me move it. Because it doesn't. It'll be fine at the bottom of the screen, not so much. Oh. I hate everything. There we go. There we go.
Wonder Woman. The Flash.
You know, some of the opening dialogue that they'll do on each other, like if you pick like Supergirl and like some of the other people, they will very clumsily hit on her.
I only need to break one.
Begin.
You know, as hot as Kryptonian women are, I'd be a little worried about like getting hurt. That would be on purpose. Like, there's several aspects of sex that I just don't know how you would do without hurting someone if you're that much like harder and stronger than they were. Interesting.
Bet you didn't see that coming.
Combos in this one are kind of odd.
You see that video of his running off the side of the screen he had in 8?
I think so.
Expected him to be or her to be a lot behind the range of the character. Ooh. This is more the kind of stuff I expected. If you remember, originally he was kind of a Frost-like character, and he had a lot of up and down coming from back and forward at you. I always hate it when like one of the characters' easiest moves is a power-up move. Do you remember when I kept doing that as Sindel?
Oh yeah.
Because it was on one of those moves that really feels like it's going to whip something out on somebody. But it just like makes you all like, oh.
Well, circle is some sort of like special thing, and it does something different with everybody.
Yeah. I've kind of got that.
L2 and R2 is like your big X-ray thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you have to use both at the same time?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's like, did we ever figure out what blocking was? But it's back, but like timed back.
It's odd.
I get why they do it. It's very competitive, and I can actually very much enjoy that kind of stuff. I just
Robin.
didn't expect it in a Mortal Kombat like. Because now I'm going to expect her to play like she did in 8. Does she at least have her jumping forward and grabbing you move?
I think she has something like that. At least she did in Injustice. I don't remember if she does in this one.
Who are you in bed with this time?
Speaking
You know, I forgot this
metaphorically.
isn't the ancient like games. I could pause and look at her moves.
Begin.
Yeah, I think Cat Dash is what I'm thinking of. Cat Stance. Don't worry about that one. So. Dang it. Alright, let's see if I can figure it out. I keep thinking there's going to be a block button because it's so Mortal Kombat-like. That's really getting actually at.
You lost before we even started.
Oh, I think I'm gonna miss. Yep. Did I block that? Awesome.
Did you? I thought I just kind of missed it because you're a little bit in the wrong place.
I think it hit me.
Okay.
I thought it did.
Well, okay, cool. Blocking does seem really strong in this. You just have to, like, time it to work. That's nice.
Damn.
Catwoman was one of my mains in 8. It was mostly her and Sub-Zero because other people claimed pretty much everybody else.
I don't give a fuck when other people claim characters. I'm like, well, this is what I'm playing. Eat my dick.
Well, I've been trying to convince other people to play a game with me, so.
Ah.
When you want to get a room full of people to play Mortal Kombat with you, you're like, who do you want to play?
Nah, okay, fair enough. I know in Deception there were a couple times people wanted me to stop playing Shijinko, and I told them no. It's like, you can get the fuck out is what you can do.
See what else I can find that I can work with. Yeah, I'll see if Starfire is any good. She should be at least somewhat fair.
Fighters approaching Arkham
This game is a little
Asylum.
funky. I feel like it does that on purpose. What are these button combinations I had there?
You fought for the regime.
100% Team Batman now.
That doesn't mean you are forgiven.
Begin.
You need an excuse to punch each other.
I mean, we need excuses to punch each other.
In DC, you do.
Oh, well. This is why the movies flop so hard.
Yeah, you're probably right, actually.
You know, it's not like I want those, like, movies to like, fail. Because, like, there are, like, several DC characters that I like. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, you know why you're losing. There's no amount of James Gunn that's gonna change shit.
Okay, more theaters.
There we go.
You know, it's funny, because part of the reason stuff like that's so effective on me in this is I keep expecting that the Mortal Kombat is just a touch of a button and, like, block it. Here, now, throw a couple more of those at me. I want to see if I can stand block for those, if I have to be... No, I have to already be that, I think. Yeah.
Those are dealing some damage to you.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's just straight up block it. I'm just more saying that,
You're probably not taking as much damage.
I might not have been blocking, but, like, I know I can't do it standing up.
Yeah, you were blocking them because I just saw how much damage you would have taken.
Yeah, I tried to Mortal Kombat 1 you out of it. I tried to be like, whoa. It's not Mortal Kombat 1. Oh, I couldn't tell there, but I forgot people don't die in this video.
They did not. They took that straight from the fucking movie.
Part of the reason that surprises me is a new franchise game nowadays, characters not dying when they're defeated in a fighting game is a little unusual. You know, the first time I see a franchise, usually, like, they're like, Mortal Kombat has the option for them not to die. Not in our game!
Oh yeah. I wonder. Here's a question for you. Question for the audience. I know there isn't one, but how long do you think it'll be before Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern movie becomes some sort of cult classic?
I think it has to be until, I think it's until there are adults who never heard about it from their parents.
Well, no, because I don't think it takes quite that long. Because that'll take a long damn time. But there are movies that I think, you know, they hit that status a little sooner. I know, like, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Pecker, the kid with the camera, and he gets, like, into, like...
I guess not.
It's a comedy movie about this kid who just kind of, like, falls into taking pictures, and he gets, like, all these, like, awards and accolades for doing it.
Okay.
It's an okay movie. It's nothing to really write home about, but it started getting unreal praise once it hit, like, the home video market.
Okay. You mean more like that. Well, I mean, is it out anything? For it to have that kind of thing, it'd have to be, where can you put it on your computer or video game system from right now?
Well, it's probably on HBO Max. I mean, it's been out for a while. I'm just wondering at what point...
We're talking about a movie, not a game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, think of how long it took for that old, like, Captain America movie for anyone to actually care about it, not just be like, well, that sucked.
Well, which one?
No, okay, the one we talked about where he fakes being sick multiple times.
Oh, okay. Well, no, because there's kind of, like, two Captain America movies that are, like, these were not appreciated in their time.
Okay. I mean, the bad one.
Not the one from the 70s where he's got the weird plastic shield.
No, that one... Someone who knew something made that, not just some guy and his friends or something. I don't know what happened with the one I'm talking about.
Rubber ears.
Yeah, I mean... Just don't show his ears. Just have him covered. It won't be that weird. Come on.
Okay, how fucking hard was it to just be like, let's just cut the fucking ears out?
Yeah. No. That you're using logic. You're right. I'm just begging for something less horrible. Because that's one of those movies that was one of the first the movies I saw when I was a kid in order, not necessarily right next to each other, but superhero stuff was that, and then the Adam West Batman movie.
Oh, okay.
And Adam West Batman made me be like, maybe superheroes are cool, but not that other one. The other one is technically a cooler movie. It's got more killing people and fight scenes and But
why is Captain America tricking people out of their trucks?
Yeah. Okay. Why does the Red Skull spend most of the time with the actor in some kind of makeup to look like he used to be the Red Skull, but now isn't wearing makeup? Because he doesn't have a lot of that. It's mostly just him, but you can tell that they put a little bit of something on there to make you think. No, he's wearing, he's had plastic surgery or something. It's like, what are you doing? I don't know.
I can tell you right now, in the 70s, it felt like they were starting to build towards an Avengers movie or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had the Incredible Hulk, right? Well, the last season of the Incredible Hulk, they did a movie where Thor shows up.
I've seen that, yeah.
And then shortly after that, I want to say is when they did the Captain America movie.
Okay.
Where he goes around on the motorcycle and he's got the weird plastic shield and shit. And he's he goes everywhere on the motor. Yeah, that was a really awesome movie.
I didn't realize it was foreign or something. I don't know how I saw it. I don't know. Someone must have had it on tape or something, or it was on some weird channel or something. But did you ever see that live action Spider-Man from back in the day, where he has it's not, his eyes aren't just part of his suit. They're actual
Okay, now the one from Japan or the one in the United States?
It wasn't.
Okay. Let me ask.
It might have been European or Canadian or something. I don't know, but maybe it was American.
Okay, so there was there was a U.S. show in the 70s where there was Spider-Man, and Peter Parker in that is really a.
I saw very little of it when I was a kid, but I just saw it on TV as a kid, and I was it's one of those things that
very few villains actually showed up.
So what did he fight? Just thugs and stuff, or did he just deal with everyday life?
He dealt with everyday life and thugs on the side.
Ah, okay.
No, okay, here's one for you. Check this action out. You can go to YouTube, and you can watch all of the movies from that series.
Ah.
And the first movie is just the pilot.
Ah, okay.
And the second and third movies, these were released in European theaters, but to watch them in the United States, you literally just caught the episodes on TV as they happened. They were re-edited to be movies.
Okay.
But they were 2 or 3 part episodes in the United States.
Okay. So if you watch the movies, you do see all of it or whatever?
Well, you saw enough of it.
Ah.
But I think you got the whole show. But again, the Peter Parker or the Spider-Man from the 70s, they just didn't have the fucking money. So it was literally a lot of slice of life shit for Peter Parker. And that can be interesting. That can be a neat kind of show, but
well, like I said, I never actually watched it. I remember it being on some TV somewhere when I was a kid, and I was like, wow, what is this? Because I guess you could say that was one of the first superhero things I saw, but I didn't know it was superhero stuff. I thought it was just weird. Not that I was not bad weird, but what the hell is this?
But you can definitely tell that the Spider-Man show was detached from the Hulk, because there was never, I don't think there was any mention of either in either show. So it was.
How many seasons did or episodes or whatever did the Spider-Man show get?
I want to say it went for 3 seasons.
Wow.
So about like 40 to 50 episodes, I
Super
think.
curious. I need to check that at some point. Do not get. I do the pop up and don't exploit it. Keep trying to do the Mortal Kombat 1 thing. I need to just hop over it. That actually didn't get into my second tower of health, did it?
Yes, it did.
Did it? Okay.
Did it? Yes, it did.
No, that hit you got on me afterwards, but I don't think it itself did.
Oh, well, no, because it doesn't start on your second, like, health bar.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. You know, it got me to my second health bar. I just like saying it didn't.
That's. I'm sorry. That's what I thought you were asking at first.
Both there are a couple times it did basically the same thing. You just pulled it off every time I did. Ooh. Oh, it's like what? Turtle's definitely good.
Leonardo wins.
Now that'll hit the spot.
You said you can pick the other ones? Is it a costume change? Does it actually change up the moveset at all?
I don't think it changes up the moveset, but it changes how it looks.
So they all use the back swords in their attacks?
No, I mean, they just... I think the reach and everything is, like, the same. Like, all the hitboxes are the same. It's just this one looks different than this one. I think that's it. But they're all using, like, their weapons and shit. I'm not 100% sure how it works, because I didn't realize... When the Turtles were released, I had already moved on to, like, other games.
Yeah, they're pretty good, though.
In fact, I'm kind of surprised I have the Turtles. Like, I don't know that I bought, like, the DLC for this game.
How much crossover is there between, like, the way Joker is in this and in other fighting games?
I don't know.
Who did you use a bunch when you played this?
Batman. And you saw how well that worked out for me earlier.
Oh, okay, but I picked the Turtles. They were, like, so much like the modern, like, Mortal Kombat games. It was ridiculous.
Well, again, I've not played this in, like, 2 years. 2.5 years. And that's a lot of fighting games between now and then.
Yeah.
I had forgotten about, like, the O button thing.
I've been actually neglecting
Yours
that
is the
button with
worst
the other,
kind
most
of
of the
depravity.
characters, but I should actually be using it more.
Get me a doctor. Not even the Elder Gods can rehabilitate you.
Begin.
Oh, well, he does that.
I'd say it's better in this. Not quite as much as, like, even though it hits more area, it, like, doesn't necessarily,
Well, okay, so, like, the one in Mortal Kombat 11, it just hits. I don't know how to describe it.
So this one I have to be caught in it a little bit more?
A little bit.
Where do you see my surprise?
I don't know, like, the way that he jumps forward to do it is just really... I don't know. I'm just not sure how to describe it. All I can say is that the 1 and the 11 I think is better.
Okay, no.
Not this one's bad because he does. It looks like he just keeps going until he does it. Like,
Yeah. Oh man.
like he's like, I'm just gonna run across the screen and slap the shit out of you with a crowbar. So I guess it's better in that regard, but I don't know. I like the 1 and 11 more.
Back you. Avast, evil clown.
Would this... Would that really work on Raiden? Okay, that might.
Oh, yeah. I always expect them surviving to end in a finish thing. It's like, no, he just didn't die.
The Joker didn't kill him.
Yep. It's like being creepy is the real reward.
I've on my Facebook feeds, I get like comic book panel. Like there's like these groups that just share comic book panels, and there's more than a few where Joker kills Batman,
Okay.
and the look on Joker's face is like, "Oh shit, I killed him. My bad."
I have to say that it would get to a point where, like, you wouldn't assume he'd die from pretty much anything anymore.
Well, the last one that I saw was like yesterday or today, and basically it's Barbara Gordon scooping up Batman's brains back into his skull, and in the background is Joker saying like, "Oh, is he dead?"
I mean, okay, think of how surprised you'd be if you pointed a gun at Batman, shot it, and then he fell over. You know, it's
Yeah,
like,
no,
what do you do at that point? It's like, I didn't think I'd get this far.
It's like, the plan did not incorporate this.
Yeah.
Supergirl.
Ugh.
So is there any in-world explanation for why, like, people can fight each other in this?
Yes, they're actually, well, there was in the first one.
What was the excuse in the first one?
There is a serum that Batman hands out to everybody that makes them as strong as Superman.
Oh, okay. It's because it's like if you were a Kryptonian, the Green Lantern powers would be helpful in fighting other Kryptonians, but they wouldn't necessarily be able to stop a Kryptonian in and of themselves.
Well, in the
I mean, people who know the comics prove me wrong.
they did an Injustice comic series, and I don't know how long it ended up running, but in the initial
Begin.
thing, in the initial run, Alfred is trying to buy Batman some time, and so he tests the serum on himself and just knocks the ever-living dog shit out of Superman.
Oh.
Like that issue ends. That issue ends with Alfred standing over a face-down Superman.
Say in a Queensberry stance.
Pretty much. No, he's like sitting there like wiping his hands off with a towel, and he's just like, "That'll do." He is very matter-of-factly about it.
Okay.
It was pretty funny.
I like flipping stuff now. Here, huh? get out of that habit. They still using serum in this one, or you just don't remember?
What is it?
I was asking if they're still using serum in this one, or if you just don't remember.
I don't remember. I think they just kind of moved away from it. It's kind of just felt like, well, that the information, like that explanation isn't just necessary for this one. I think they were just like, it's a fighting game, get the fuck over it. Because that is something that NetherRealms will do, is they'll basically just be like, look, bro, it's a fighting game. Maybe you should just not take it so damn seriously.
Okay.
Which, you know, to be fair...
Huh. Neat. It's nice being able to teleport in the world without instant.
No! Right in the butt.
Yep. Without instant blocking. I think I found my new name. Oh, okay.
Begin.
So weird something was like good timing.
Now don't you feel silly? I'm tired.
Man, you can't really block that because you have to push back?
Yes. This is the most bogus one of those I've ever been able to use. It's like unreasonable. Sure, there's a counterfeit in this game, but we haven't found it yet, so I like it. Uh-oh.
There it goes.
Ooh, that is a small area. I need to be really close when I do that.
You know, that's a pretty good balance to the whole I can't block that bullshit.
It is.
Oh my god, that just got worked hard.
Supergirl wins. Harley Quinn. Fighters approaching Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, as much as I wish original Harley Quinn made it into more video games like this, I'm glad she didn't, like, just stop being a thing.
Fit on the emotional spectrum.
I don't understand why Harley Quinn is so popular amongst people.
Eh,
You're a danger.
No, I really fucking don't. I especially do not understand why she's so popular amongst women. If ever there was a poster child for, like, Stockholm Syndrome, it's this girl.
I wonder if it has to do with, I guess, how many people she's won against at this point. Like, I don't know how much stuff like that's a factor anymore.
Well, I think it's just that she's got some sort of quip or joke for everything, and people that are smarter than us write for her, so I don't know.
Seems to be a tricky type character. Still Fury and Red Dragon. See if I can remember any of this.
Yes, I do.
Your absurdity is
Are
not
we supposed to mash a button?
Take a joke, pal.
I didn't even know what happened.
We did a clash.
Okay.
I'm not sure how I pulled it off. Don't.
Oh, you won? Okay, like I said, I didn't even know what happened. Like,
No, nobody won. Like, they would cancel each other out. I'm just saying I don't know how I initiated it. I
Oh,
should've-
okay.
Damn.
I'm getting the hang of the combos in this.
Oh, I'm fucked.
Harley Quinn wins.
There you go. She's still someone who blows someone up and walks away from it without looking. That's why people like her.
This makes me hate her even more.
Then make a character who's better than her that can take her place, channel.
No. I'll just sit here in my rage.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, so I don't want to be clear. I don't hate the character. I just don't get the absurd fascination.
Well, they need to make more fun characters. That's what we do.
That's got to be it. But you know what? The thing
I mean,
is,
well, when was the last new superhero or villain that their thing was being fun?
so here's the problem with that. Okay, and this is really more prevalent in like the Marvel movies,
Good.
but every character has like a quip or a joke or a wit.
Yeah. When
or
everybody's funny,
something.
nobody's funny. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. And it's getting that way if I've read... I want to say...
Okay. Let me ask you this then. How much do you think it has to do with when the time she came from is about as grim as stuff got? I mean, like, even the Showmocker movies, as much as people were like, they're not grim enough, that was the main complaint back in the day. You know how dark and grim and moody they are? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was in a time period when it was like, no more fun, it's all serious. I mean, think of how serious the animated Batman is. It's like almost a little too serious. I mean, I love that version, don't get me wrong. Best version of Batman. But it's, you know what I mean? It verges on being too serious.
Okay. Do you know how they made the show as dark as they did?
You mean literally?
Yes.
As in, yes, I know they put it on like black paper.
That is...
Yeah.
Whoever the fuck came up with that is a goddamn genius.
I want to, like, don't they have to shine light through that stuff, or they shine light on it? Like,
You know, that part I'm not sure.
that's what I never understood about it. It's like, how I don't know how that works. I know that that's what they do, but I'm like,
I don't know. That was so cool. Whoever came up with that. I don't know if that was like a Bruce Timm or a Tom Dini thing. Was it Tom Dini? I don't know which of them came up with that, but that was good stuff.
Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate is the DC equivalent to Doctor Strange, right?
Pretty much.
Well, I meant, like, he literally basically has the same job, right?
Pretty much.
Okay, because I meant more like his place in the world, not necessarily his power level, like...
Well, I think Dr. Fate would be more powerful than Strange.
Oh, well, okay, because... Interesting. Because I wasn't necessarily asking you that, though. Like, he is literally, like, the supreme wizard of the universe that they're in.
Sub-Zero.
Oh, that is Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
It's a very comic book looking Sub-Zero, but I guess that
Fighters
makes sense.
approaching the
I was gonna say,
jumping
you know what game we're playing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I wasn't sure if it was Sub-Zero or just someone who looked kind of like him.
ground. Begin.
God, okay. Messing with my fate, huh? No, not the fate stuff. Game kind of makes me think of Soul Calibur, where you string stuff together. Right into it.
I cannot protect everyone.
Yeah, I was hoping you had many times.
Sub-Zero wins.
This game's gonna spoil me and we're gonna go back to Mortal Kombat. I'll be like, oh yeah, I need to finish it.
No, we're gonna go back to Mortal Kombat. And it's like, oh god, I have to block.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot we both had to push it.
Well, because characters in this one like level up and
Ah.
shit like that.
What do you get for leveling up?
Gear. Think of Mortal Kombat 11.
Okay. Well, is it like that it changes your stats, or is it like in Tekken where it just lets you change the way you look?
It changes it changes shit up.
Oh, okay, interesting. You know,
You know what?
wait,
I
absolutely
fucking hate it.
understand why people would hate that, but I'm interested in the idea of it. But I've never really explored one of these games that lets you do that. Aside from maybe like Soul Calibur, that all you do to change your stats is your weapon or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I like the idea of it, but I haven't really looked into games that tried to implement it. I don't know if it's ever been implemented correctly or whatever. You know, like.
Well, okay, I will say in this game it's implemented correctly, but I just don't like it. Like I can't think of an interesting way to do it.
I understand,
and I don't think it's done very interestingly in this
okay.
or Mortal Kombat 11.
So it's not so much a purity of the way the characters fight; it's more like you don't like the way they do it.
Yeah, I just don't like something that, and this kind of gets, and this is the sort of thing that gets in my ass about like online shooters, and I let that slide a little more than I would say for like a fighting game, because I kind of feel like it's like a really big hurdle to overcome to get into it. So, you know, like with Call of Duty Online, okay, these people have played a shit ton more than me, they've unlocked a lot more than me, they've got a lot more stuff than me, and I just kind of have to get there.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's enough to really even the playing field between like lower people and higher people, because I kind of feel like some of the equipment that you get towards in-game in the Call of Duty games just kind of makes the skill gap bigger.
Yeah.
And in fighting games, it's just...
Well, like, you're like, I learned how to fight katana in this. And so you play someone that's like, well, they use none of the same moves.
Kinda. And that's fine. That part I think would be fine if it, like, changed up, like, your moveset or something like that. I think I could be more behind that. But something that's, this gives you much more health. This gives you a little bit more health. This makes you hit a little bit harder. This makes you do this.
Is it ever detriment of anything, or is it always just you have straight up better stats?
I don't know about that. I don't know about like the detriment thing. I didn't go through it a whole lot. When I figured out what like this, like what the equipment thing was all about, I kind of just got through the story and it was like, "Catch you later."
Ah, okay. Look at that bottom move of Red Hood's. That's the first one I've seen like that.
Oh wow! See if I can pull it off.
I'm the one playing Red Hood.
Oh my bad. I'm playing Hellboy.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking at, like, well, let's see if I can pull that off.
I could not pull it off. I tried to do it every time I jumped it in. really.
Is that it? Okay. That is going to be halfway impossible to pull off.
Was that feeling that way about some of Red Hood's moves?
Well... Uh-oh.
Wow.
Ooh, no, I don't want to do that yet. I was about to do something just big fucking waste.
Yeah. I expected you to do that as soon as you stood up.
No,
What the hell am I doing?
Don't know. Don't care.
I know, but like, I need to figure that out. I think that is actually literally one of his moves, but I think it's a reaction move.
Oh, okay.
Because I wasn't trying to necessarily do a move against you that time, I was going to plan to. Horns actually do make it harder to jump over you. See, like, once again, what was that? Was that another, do you think that was a, like,
Parry.
punch? Yeah.
Might have been.
I think he has a few of those. It's the, as far as you know, is the lore to his hand the same as it was in the movie where it opened something up or something, or is it something different in the comics?
I've not read any of the comics, and I'm taking this from people who say that they have, and I don't know that they have, and I don't give a fuck if they have or haven't, but I've had people tell me that there is a lot about the movie that is accurate to the comics, and that the movie changed certain things in the comics.
Oh.
Like, apparently, and again, this is what I'm getting from people who say they've read it,
Okay.
apparently the Samaritan wasn't a thing until after the movie.
Oh. Interesting. So they added him into the comics just because they liked what
Well,
they
like-
did in the movie or whatever?
Well, like I said, that big gun that he has in the first movie. That's the
that.
Samaritan.
Okay, I was thinking of a different character.
No, so he's like that giant
Huh.
fucking gun is apparently not in the comics until after the movie.
Huh.
I was like, what the fuck ever? I'm like, that's weird.
This guy I'm on, who is that?
It's probably the Atom.
Ah, okay.
Black Adam.
You know, I wonder, do you think the Black Adam movie would have done any better if he had been... I know he had been utilized in some relatively recent cartoons and stuff, but if they'd used him more in any of the older stuff that had a little more story going on...
You know what made the Black Adam movie fail like fuck on its face? People found out, oh, none of this matters. They found out that the follow-up where he's going to fight Superman isn't going to happen. And Dwayne Johnson talked a lot of shit before that movie came out about how it was going to be the best thing ever, and it wasn't.
I didn't know they had already planned to make a sequel where he fought Superman.
That was literally how the movie ends.
Oh. I guess I never ended up seeing it. I wanted to see it, but I didn't.
I didn't see it either, but I have caught like some bits and pieces, and like there were, of course, all the analysis and spoilers that came out after it. I have no interest in seeing it because I don't really have much interest in the Black Adam character. I don't think Shazam or Black Adam are like super interesting. I think the stories there to be told have been told. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I kind of feel that way about a lot of characters.
Well, part of the reason I guess it's funny because it's interesting that you say that that's why. Because I was hoping eventually he'd fight Superman. Because the reason I was interested in the idea of the Black Adam showing back up is it's someone other than Darkseid for Superman to fight that's like on his level. You know, I'm not saying he has to be fighting someone on his level, but you know. I mean,
that does raise the stakes. So when people found out that the second Justice League movie was never going to happen, and that James Gunn had taken over and had made it very clear that he was going to reboot, reset, and restart, people were like, then why the fuck should we care about these movies?
So then who do you think it'll be? Who is your, like, guess as to who will be the on that level villain when it comes to it in this new version of Superman? It's like, we need Superman's level of punches to punch this guy. Because it always is. Whenever they join up, even if that's not the first thing, even if it's Lex Luthor, like, letting out some, like, plague that turns everyone into cows or something. You know what I mean? Like...
Okay, so I hope... Because you can't do Zod again, because he's been done twice. And there's a lot of other villains out there for Superman to fight. So I would say, like, out of the gate, Metallo would be a good one.
I haven't seen him in a while. The last time, I know he's probably been in stuff since then. I'm sure he was in Smallville. The last time I remember seeing him was in Lois and Clark.
Be another good one. Kind of like entry-level threats for Superman. Obviously something with Lex Luthor. Something where Lex has to outthink him, and then Superman is like, I didn't punch my way through this problem, I thought my way through this problem. Because I'm going to say this right now, I think there are two things that I think make, like, super great Superman stories.
Good.
Either instances where he finds a way to push through whatever insane limitation gets put on him, because he's a character with no limits, except for whenever the writers are like, here's the limit. Those are usually good stories. Like, a good example of that is the end of, like, Superman Returns, whenever he is pushing the Kryptonite island into the sun. I was like, this is the most Superman ending since Superman endings. The rest of the movie was just not good, but that whole scene where he picks it up and pushes it out there, and then he nearly dies from doing it. Or the times where Superman has to put aside Superman to beat the villains. And again, a good example of that would be at the end of Superman 2. He doesn't defeat them by punching the shit out of them, because if you recall, halfway through Superman 2, he tries that, and all three of them just knock the shit out of him. So what does he do? He says, okay, man, if you put me in the chamber and you put in that crystal, it'll kill me or take my powers away. It'll do this, that, or the other. And what happens? He tricks them, and he takes their powers away while restoring his, and then when he gets out and he kneels to Zod, he breaks his hand and throws him into the fucking crevice. That's a good Superman ending, because again, he didn't punch his way through the problem. I mean, he did matter-of-factly after the end.
So you're saying it's not a matter of murdering Zod, it's a matter of how we get there?
Exactly. And I will say this, Man of Steel, I hated that ending. Like, everything up into that movie, I was like, this is a really good story, this is very well told, I really like this. This is a story about, Superman is this alien on Earth who is really just trying to find his place here. Because he doesn't have anywhere else to really go. So it's just like, where can I go to fit in? Yeah. The first half of that movie is him just being, like, a wanderer.
Yeah.
Where he's just trying to find his place, and I think that's a good place to tell a Superman story.
Okay.
He's a stranger in a strange land, right?
Yeah.
But then, what happens in the end? Zod threatens some people, so he breaks his neck, and I'm like, that is the most un-Superman thing he could have done in there. Like, I do not have a better ending. When I try to criticize things, I try to be like, here's how maybe they could have done it. Because whenever I was writing those games I wanted to love, I always tried to put forward some idea that could have really gotten this home. Like with Arkham Origins, I really disliked that no one's on the streets. Because you're Batman in his second or first year. So you don't have the public trust. You don't have people that are like, don't worry, Batman will save us. It's, oh my god, there's this really weird dude in a bat suit going around kicking people's teeth in.
So you want to be able to patrol Gotham in not the most extreme of circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It is funny how often we're presented with stuff and it's like, this is cool and all, but it'd be nice to see the normal version of this.
Yeah, so something like, and you could have had that setup, right, where people are fearing for their lives and they're encouraged to stay home or whatever, but there's always going to be like a bunch of people that are like, oh, fuck you. You know, a pandemic that has happened recently. How many people just walked out of their houses like, nah, fuck that. But no, I think those are what tell really good comic stories, is when the hero has to put aside what makes him powerful to come to the solution. And
Okay.
I think those are some of the best examples that have been in Superman movies.
Alright.
Adam.
So that killed some time.
Fighters approaching Gorilla City.
Yeah, it's funny, because I was about to ask a question about one of these guys, but it's like, the problem is, at this point, there's like 5 different totally legitimate answers.
At school, I never liked big bullies.
A mere mortal challenges me.
I remember when I was a kid, I thought that was a neat thing about superheroes, is how there's like, you know, every, like,
Begin.
at the time version of them and stuff, but like, oh, okay, that's convenient.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh, so you're invisible for a second. Okay, that's... You know what? That's really cool, actually.
Yeah, I guess that is what it was. Weird. It does, the way it controls though is on that little thing, which is a little disorienting, but it works. Kind of curious for the next one I hit box like. Oh no. Yeah.
Yes, what? No! No! Oh well.
Ooh. I have to control my size a little bit. It's weird. Instead of ducking, I just become smaller. Ooh, it's so disorienting.
That wasn't happening.
Adam wins.
This game's crazy, man. It actually makes it seem like you're using all these crazy powers. Okay.
Oh, actually, I meant to do that. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Begin.
Ooh, cut me mid-toe for it.
You know, that was really cool and all. I'll never pull that off again.
Nice, you a better shooter.
You will waiting on it.
Yep.
You're right. You are just changing it. That is really neat. That is a super cool touch. I like that.
Yeah.
That's nice. Damn. God damn it! Damn. Damn.
I've learned from my days in Mortal Kombat 1, and I've learned from this you can't punch out of it, so it's all hop over.
Oh shit.
Cheetah, Brainiac. Fighters approaching the Batcave.
Oh.
You know, Brainiac might be well, I don't. Any more Brainiac wouldn't be what a good entry
Life's madness
Superman
beyond
threat.
Nothing is beyond me.
Begin.
If he's all physical threat at this point.
Well, I think they really screwed up the power scale of Brainiac. It's like, just how powerful
yeah.
is this guy, and how much of a threat is he, and... Because even, like, the cartoon couldn't make up its mind how powerful he was at times, it seemed.
Yeah. Ooh, nice idea.
Your pain brings no pleasure.
Wow, that is a good area. That's a good attack.
About time I got one.
Wow.
I'll tell you another thing too. Another instance of how you can tell they can't make up their mind how powerful Brainiac is. He's like the villain of the MMO. And I don't know, like half the time I just never really felt like the dude was any sort of like threat. Like there was just a handful of buildings you just couldn't get any sort of access to because Brainiac was doing his thing. I don't know.
Brainiac wins.
Brainiac either has like this super easy time of taking over or a super impossible time of it.
Yeah. So what was Brainiac up to at that point? Was it still like erase everything because I already know it?
So, I think at that juncture it was he was cataloging all of Earth's knowledge, and then he was going to destroy it.
Okay.
But he had found a way to get rid of Superman, apparently, and all of the heroes and villains were basically like killing each other off.
Oh.
And Lex Luthor uses a time machine to go back in time to warn the Justice League of what's about to happen.
How hard of a time does he have getting them to believe it?
Well, right in front of the Justice League, he does this thing with nanobots, where he uses Brainiac technology to give random people on Earth superpowers, which is where your character comes from.
You ever get to fight Brainiac?
I don't know. I couldn't stick with the game long enough. The game had very odd difficulty scaling, and it had a lot of weird shit going on with it.
What was the farthest boss you got to that you beat?
I did like the Aquaman dungeon where you fight Black Manta at the end, which is basically I recall it being like one fucking room. You go in, you kill a bunch of shit, a boss drops, you kill a bunch of shit, another boss drops, you kill a bunch of shit, Black Manta shows up. And that was intended for like level 30 characters, and I think I was in there at level 15. And I was just like, why? Why?
Like, why were they making you do it? Or
Yeah. Because in MMOs, power scaling is exponential.
Yeah, no, I know. Like, if something, yeah, it's kind of like what I was talking about in Borderlands. How even if you don't have any better stats or better weapons, just being relative level to stuff affects how much damage you do to it and stuff like that. How much damage it does to you.
I know Skyrim mostly does level scaling, but I would say that I don't feel like I get exponential power in Skyrim, or Oblivion for that matter.
I'm curious how it works out, but when I looked at the way the stat growth is, and I don't just mean your stats, but everything in 5th edition, that's the way I felt about that. It's kind of because it's one of those things, I know 4th edition had some of that going on too, like how some of your stuff was just plus by the very nature that you were over a certain level or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's like, I know systems like that can work, but that was a very different system from the way Dungeons & Dragons worked before, because it wasn't one of those, it's like, sure, stuff that's higher level, it is more dangerous, but it's not like outclassing other stuff in that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so that's, I don't know.
I do kind of wonder, like, how much that affects the new Dungeons & Dragons stuff, that kind of, like, relative scaling and stuff. Because part of the reason I'm pretty sure there's a lot of the stuff like your proficiency bonus never gets that high is because you get a bonus just from, like, your level separate from that, you know what I mean? Is that, that's that guy that's 2 guys, right?
Yep.
Swamp Thing.
The teenager and the professor.
Yeah.
But, you know, his combined form is only the teenager.
Fighters approaching contact.
Just thinking of the Swamp Thing cartoons like theme song.
Professor, know any botany?
You know that, right?
A genius who just told me how to be.
Swamp Thing, you are amazing.
Was that it?
Yeah, you should watch it. Well, right after we do this, we have to look that up.
Okay.
It's like,
Well, I can guarantee it's on YouTube somewhere.
yes, I'm sure it is. I know I need to look up news, but like, oh, something's kind of dangerous. It's kind of what you want big characters to be in those old 3D Mortal Kombat games, but they're not. You know what I mean? a huge Blanca. Ooh, nice. Is that a throw?
Yeah.
How do you do throws in this? Is it a couple buttons together, or is it... Ah, okay. So I've done stuff that's like throws in this, but I haven't actually pulled out the shit.
There are some moves that are throws.
Yeah, I've done some of that, like... That was weird. You saw it sunk into the ground, right?
I did not, actually.
I have to say I didn't know that something was such quite a graceful hopper.
And I'm fucked.
Ooh, oh. I really thought you were going to punch me out of the Mortal Kombat 1 style.
Nope.
I still think I'm going to have to finish you. It's like, oh, he's about to stand back up.
You know why you think I'm about to stand back up? Because I stand back up.
Harley Quinn.
Ooh,
Bane. Fighters approaching Fortress of Solitude.
Bane's one of those characters like Broly that they make him strong in fighting games, and it's never as strong as you want him to be.
I will hurt you.
Using her hyenas is like using your brothers as a turtle.
Ah.
This time I bring maximum pain.
Begin.
So they don't show it on here, it's using the circle button or whatever.
Yeah.
These are always just enough. I can do that if we're playing this game, like sitting down and learning it. If we're just doing what we're doing, these moves get ignored.
I will try them.
Okay. Pulling with all of her quickness. Ooh.
Death will silence your shame.
Oh, damn. Oh no! Oh!
Lame. Just gonna say it, lame. You always know when to catch me.
That's because you need to use it as a punish, not an attack.
But it works so well as an attack
You're
in
right.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it does in this too, I'm sure. They were getting with me for a long time before I figured out how to dodge it.
Jesus Christ, I thought I was blocking any of that.
Bane wins.
Bane is surprisingly, like, I don't want to say quick, but fluid in his movements. I thought he'd be a lot stiffer. Kind of like those old-fashioned cyborgs, but no, he fights like a... I mean, it makes sense, he's a fighter and all that stuff, but he fights like a fighter, not like a cyborg.
Red Hood.
I don't know why I thought he'd fight like that, but...
Deadshot. Fighters approaching the Batcave.
Should play Gotham Knights more. That was okay.
So you're having fun playing that, right?
It was alright. I mean,
Ready to duel with the devil?
Where's Batman, damn it?
Make it count.
If you could play Batman, you wouldn't play all the other characters they want you to play.
Duh.
Well, thus, no Batman. Forward Fireball, huh? This one's gonna be It could even be matched. And they're basically the same guy, just fighting different styles, right?
Well, I was just gonna say, where there was that like mirrored Lilo match or something.
Yeah.
You're just putting the boots to me this week.
Nice. Ooh.
No! Nah! You literally just tapped me on the forehead.
Yep. Just doing that. Waiting for you to hit me.
That was a good one. We're gonna do that one again.
Okay. Are these the Kin and Ryu of this game?
Ow.
I just meant evenly matching this between different characters.
Ah, we did it again. I'm not sure what that was because I thought that was a counter, but then you hit me through it? No.
Well, I was excited with a ranged attack, even though it was an up-close range attack.
Maybe. There we go.
I always find a soft spot.
Nope. Fuck. Oh, I'm not? Holy shit.
Red Hood
I
wins.
didn't realize we had some kind of bullet meter. I looked down there at the end and we had like some meter with a bullet symbol above it. I wonder if we have a certain amount of ammo or if it's more like we can only shoot so much before having to reload or something.
Not sure. There was another thing on here too I wasn't looking at. Huh. Nothing important. Good. Good.
Batman. Green Lantern.
I will not give up on Batman.
Fighters approaching the Batcave.
I'm about to give up on Batman.
What else I gotta do, Bruce? Prove you can be trusted. Fed up with your doubts.
Begin.
To prove I can trust you by beating my ass.
That's right. That's how this works.
Interesting. About heroes. Ooh, nice. Ooh.
Yeah, fuck. I don't remember if it was for this one or the first one, but Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes did like a commercial for like the game, and it was basically who would win in a fight, and they were arguing who would win in a fight, Aquaman or Batman, I think is what it was. And Kevin Smith was just sitting there talking mad shit about how it was gonna be Batman, it's gonna be Batman, and Jason Mewes like, no fucking way, man, it's gonna be like Aquaman. And so they break out the game, they play it, and Jason Mewes wins as Aquaman. And he's just sitting there talking. And Kevin Smith's like, I told you, son!
Nice. Not nice enough. But
I was gonna say.
Ooh.
Damn. I did better as Batman at the time as I have been doing.
Yeah, I know, definitely. Ugh. So, in the movie, what did he have to shoot with a machine gun?
During his training, when he's sitting there being told to imagine like what he needs or whatever, he uses the ring to create a minigun,
Ah, okay.
and he uses that to fight Sinestro.
Hmm.
But this is like Sinestro is still in the Green Lantern Corps. So the sequel, the villain would have been Sinestro because at the end he gets the yellow ring.
Ah. So whose fear does the yellow ring get powered by? Is it your own fear, or is it the fear you inspire in others?
The fear you inspire in others.
Okay.
So that's been my understanding. I need to track down. This probably wouldn't be too hard to track down, but I want to track down like Death Metal Knights or Metal Knight, Dark Knights or whatever it is. The one where it explores all of the Batmans across the multiverse.
Oh, okay. That's where they have like Pirate Batman and stuff like that, right?
Well, that's where the Batman Who Laughs comes from.
Yeah, I know about him.
And one of them is Batman fights crime with a yellow lantern ring.
Oh. Like, I guess that would work with Batman.
Yeah.
What powers does it give you? Is it basically just the Green Lantern powers, but powered by a different source? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I have to say that if I had one of the versions of the rings and I could use its powers, I'd do at least a little exploring of space, since it gives you a force field that sustains you and stuff. How long could a power ring, like, let's say all I was using it for was living out in the desert, not dying from the elements, how long do you think it would go before I had to get back to a lantern?
Well, that's all you were doing with it. You probably just keep your lantern on you and just do it once a day.
Well,
let's
say that I fell off a Batman ship, I don't have my lantern on me, I'm in the desert, I gotta survive a few days. How long do you think I could do it?
It really doesn't specify how long it lasts or how long it's good for, because that's really... I always felt that was just more of a plot device thing, to just be like, well, it's not infinite.
So, like, do you think he could survive a whole little desert adventure as long as he didn't use it for its powers, just survival, like...
Maybe.
If you were writing the comic, what do you think? Like, since it seems to be just kind of how you want it to be.
Okay, well, if I was... Now, is this any lantern, or specifically...
Whoever is the lantern at the time. It's just a lantern story.
But it doesn't matter what color lantern.
No, it's a Green Lantern.
Oh, okay.
Let's say it's a green. That's a good guy. Like I said, he fell off of Batman's jet. Batman wasn't able to pick him up.
There are other Lantern Corps that are good guys.
No, I know.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay,
this is just a basic Green Lantern story. Whoever happens to be the current main Green Lantern.
Point. He has to lose his powers. Like, that has to happen in the story. If it's a survival story and it's how long can he go, then it's a matter of a good third of the way, maybe halfway through the story, the lantern's going to run out.
Good.
If I was writing it. Like, that's at least halfway through the story, lantern is dead.
You mean the ring?
Yeah, the ring is dead. He has to find a lantern to recharge, and he just doesn't have it on him for whatever reason. And I don't know how it works in regards to, like, calling it to you.
I didn't know they could call the lanterns to them.
I don't know how I don't know how that works or if that works. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
So then the story is more about, like, the character of the Green Lantern than it is so much survivability. Because if we're doing Hal Jordan...
If we're coming down to the character one, which one do you want this to be a story about? When I said Green Lantern stuck in the desert, gotta live, who did you picture?
Well, I default to Hal Jordan when it comes to Green Lantern, because he was the original, he was the one. I know he eventually becomes Parallax? Is that what it was?
Yep.
Where he becomes like an evil Green Lantern or whatever. But then he comes back and becomes a hero again, because, you know, every baby face does a heel turn, and every heel does a face turn.
Yeah.
I would probably go with Hal Jordan because he's got military training, so it's believable that he could survive in the desert.
Yeah. Because
that's part of your fucking training. And he was a test pilot for the military, and they don't just let anybody fucking do that. So, again, I would probably do that as more of a character story than necessarily a, watch how badass I am with this lantern ring, because Green Lantern can be pretty fucking badass, so... I think those animated Justice League movies they did a few years ago, I think kind of made him more of a clown than what he is, but I think that was kind of inspired from the Ryan Reynolds movie. And, I I'm not like trying to hate on that particular Green Lantern, but I just kind of feel like that took a little bit away from the tone of the character.
Yeah.
Poison Ivy. Aquaman.
I'm about to talk to them fish.
Brainiac's ship.
So Aquaman always get the ladies wet.
Only when he's played by Jason Momoa.
Humans pollute your oceans.
Even Superman couldn't fight the whole world.
I was more making a joke of his dampness.
Begin.
Two downways, yeah. Interesting. Whoa, that's crazy. Ooh, I like, she is like basically Snake Kung Fu style. Follow her clothes, it's really effects. Ooh.
Aquaman ain't bad.
Mm-hmm. Is that a special move or a combo with this?
That's a special move.
Okay. Ooh, right into it.
Talking to them fish, son.
Is that the boss from, that was the fish boss from, Majora's Mask, wasn't it?
Might have been.
Ooh. That does a bit of damage. It's a good projectile. Makes you think of like Shao Kahn's projectile. I mean, I know he's on Shao Kahn level, but...
You know, Aquaman in like the late 90s was.
Yeah.
Especially when he rolled up with one hand.
Yeah, I remember when it was like, he's back, and he's a badass now.
We took this super lame straight-laced character and made him metal as fuck.
Yeah. You know, Poison Ivy, I'm sure she's good if you get good with her, but she feels kind of like a less powerful Cetrion.
Blue Beetle. Scarecrow.
Who's the original Blue Beetle's thing? So I know what the thing is that makes him the Blue Beetle has changed several times over the years, but like, as far as you know, what was it originally? Was it
I always
like...
want to say it was like some sort of alien, something or another.
Okay.
But I don't remember.
You really full of straw?
Something much worse.
So wait, am I just a normal looking dude and you only think I look like that because I exposed you to gas?
I mean, isn't that how it's supposed to work?
Yeah, but I'm just surprised they acknowledge it.
Kind of like how Scarecrow looks in like the Arkham games. It was like really, I think that really invokes like what they're trying to do with the character, you know?
Yeah. Well, part of what makes it work is that he's mostly just scary. And I know that sounds silly, but you know what I mean. Like, there's nothing that makes him particularly dangerous as far as some guy who hired a bunch of goons goes. Could have been anybody, but he's just... That's his like whole thing is he's creepy and he's scary and it seems like he's a big deal, but like...
Well, it's like the Dark Knight movie where he's selling the drugs or whatever. It's like, you didn't tell us what was going to happen to our clientele. He's like, well, I told you it would take you places. I just didn't say where it was going to take you. It's like, well, fair enough, I guess.
You got second place locked up.
Those styles might have a stronger effect. Huh. Suddenly I kind of rolled, right? I feel like I didn't actually hit the side of the screen. I think I just wasn't out of that animation yet.
That was probably it. Ooh, that chain thing is really awesome.
Yeah, this guy, I can tell the historical character is really good at you like playing his shit. Ooh, nice.
Blue Beetle wins.
I don't know if I deserve to be blown away, but okay.
Mega Man. That's all I took away from that right there. I turn my arms into cannons. I'm now Mega Man. Trying to see like who haven't I played? I've not done.
Captain Cold.
Oh, that's not who I expected this to be, but yeah, it makes sense with the way he's dressed.
Green Arrow. Fighters approaching Gorilla City.
It's funny. I think it's kind of, maybe an half an hour, I don't say it.
You never had it hard. Spent a year stranded on your mouth. Begin.
Just, so wait a minute. Ah, okay. Interesting.
That's embarrassing. Respect the bow.
Man. Pretty badass.
Now where's that sleeping gas arrow?
It's an interesting range on his because it's not as far as I thought it would be. It was longer than I hoped it would be, but it wasn't as far as I thought it would be. So we're going to just get you this. Yep.
Ooh. Wasn't expecting that to hit me the way it did.
Green Arrow wins.
I really wanted to like the show, and for the most part, I will say that I did like Arrow. But because it was on the CW, I really felt like a solid, 60% of that show was aimed at teenage girls.
Yeah, probably. You must have watched more of it than I did. Although I guess at the time my teenage sister did watch it, so.
I watched through part of the season where he runs for mayor.
Well, see, okay, you know what my problem with that show was? This is what I expect out of the Green Arrow. Not like, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm cool. I mean, that show should have just been a Batman show. If that had been Batman, do you think you would have liked it?
No, honestly, I think I would have liked it less. Because
okay.
Gotham was good. I thought Gotham was interesting. I didn't watch all of that, but I watched the first season and thought it was interesting, and I want to watch more. The last 20 years of my life have just been a thing. I did like, because I definitely caught in the first season what they were doing. It's like, what if Green Arrow was Batman? Like, that's what the premise of the show was. But they were like, what if Green Arrow was Batman on the CW? And that's just like, what if Batman was on the CW? And it's just like, nah, I'm good.
Did you ever watch Supergirl?
I watched a couple of episodes of that. So I try to give a show at least 3 or 4 episodes before I formulate an opinion on it. And I watched an episode. Like, that's all I saw. I saw, like, the pilot, and that's all I saw. So I really couldn't say one way or the other if I thought, like, I've not absorbed enough of it to have an opinion. You know?
Okay.
And I will say I've seen shows where I saw the pilot and was like, noped right out of there.
What was the sitcom with David Spade on it?
Just Shoot Me?
Yeah. That show's basically that with powers. That's how I describe that show. I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing. I'm just saying that's what that show is.
That's funny.
I mean, it does have more her fighting villains than that makes it sound, but yeah.
Well, I know...
I mean, it's got a little, the Devil Wore Prada sprinkled in there, too.
Well, I know, like, The Flash tried to do a lot more crossover stuff with Supergirl, and again, that was all fine, dandy, whatever. I saw 2 seasons of The Flash. No, I didn't even see all of the second season. I watched those shows, and it was like, I want to see more of this, but there's like an asterisk there where it's just like, I know they finally finished the Flash show, so maybe that would be a good time to go back and watch that stuff, but...
Let me ask you this. What were some characters that you're pretty sure were just from that? Because I never ended up watching that show, but like... And I can't say I really know, like, the Flash's, like, support characters, but how much of the supporting cast in that was just, like, characters from this show? Or was it like when they're just like, well, this is, Jimmy Olsen and Mary Jane and, whoever, but... It was
the second.
Oh, okay.
There were some characters there that I didn't remember. I'm not...
Okay, if you don't...
I've read... Like, I used to read comics a bit, but I was more of, like, a Marvel guy than I was a DC guy, so, like, the lore there is kind of more of, like, I am aware of it, I'm not versed in it.
Good.
And Marvel Comics is a very on-again, off-again thing with me. Like, the last time I really got into comics was during, like, Avengers vs. X-Men. And...
How long ago was that?
Close to 10 years, maybe more.
Yeah.
It's been a while. There was a lot of stuff that was going on that I wanted to check out more, but a lot of my disposable income had dried up at around the end of AVX, and I just kind of moved on to other things.
So here's a question: Who won?
Technically, the Avengers did.
Who did they punch Xavier in the top of his head and they won, or like how did they win? Did they get them to sign like a treaty or something?
Cyclops goes to prison.
Oh, okay.
Cyclops surrenders when he kills Xavier.
What's he kill him for? The whole doing stuff the way he does it thing. I know at this point, Cyclops is a different kind of paragon of virtue than he used to be.
So, during AVX, the Phoenix Force is on its way back to Earth, and they know that it's going to go after Hope Summers.
Good.
Is that Hope Summers? I don't remember. It's going after the kid that Cable has from... God, what was that storyline called? I fucking forgot. It came out... It was shortly after House of M, and they wiped out all the mutants.
I don't know. You're talking about Cable having a kid, and I'm picturing like '90s like comic book Cable with his like extreme face and like the like huge like star-like scar and his glowing eye, and some chick having sex with him while he's like that. Because you think about it, he's not changing that face while he's having sex.
He is not. However, Tyler dies in the comics, and that's what leads him to coming back to the past.
Okay.
Cable 1 is a very interesting comic from the 90s. He's got a beard.
Huh.
Yeah.
Like, does he still dress the same just with a beard? Okay.
It's a goatee, so it's like...
I
it's,
was picturing like a big scraggly beard, but no, okay.
No, it's all like trimmed and shit, but it's like... It's still like little scraggly or whatever. No, so, anyway, there is a storyline where, like, in the comics at that point, like, there's just no more mutants being born.
That was because of, what Scarlet Witch did, right?
Yeah, like the whole no more mutants thing. So, they find one. Like, one is finally born.
Okay.
And everybody and their cousin is trying to either kill this thing, kidnap this thing, or something. And Cable shows up and is just like, I'm just going to take her to the future and raise her.
Ah.
And that's what he does. And then they just kind of show back up when she's an adult.
At that point, what is the future? Like, is it like Friends of Humanity? Is it Apocalypse? Is it something I just don't know about? Like, what's going on?
I don't remember. Okay. This is kind of where this was kind of like a gap in my reading.
Okay.
I just know she shows back up as an adult.
Okay.
And the Phoenix is on its way across the galaxy to, like, become part of her. And the Avengers are like, nah, man, we've done this Dark Phoenix thing before. We're not doing this bullshit again. And
what's so appealing about her? Is it because she's the most psychic mutant right now? Or?
I don't know. I think it's something to do... I'm not 100% sure, but it's going for her. They know it's going for her. And they bring up, like, Rachel Summers, because she was, like, she had the Phoenix Force for a while, and she didn't, like, turn, like, super evil with it.
Oh, okay.
And so they're like, well, what about this person who had it for, like, the 90s and didn't do shit? And Captain America's like, yo, bro, what did you not hear when I said we ain't doing this again?
So why don't they move her in time again?
Comics.
Okay.
So... I want to say, like, the Avengers' plan is to either kill her or hold her captive, or just something that's just like, well, that's not the Avengers, but okay, I get it. And the X-Men are just like, no,
yeah,
this is one of us. And so what ends up happening is the Phoenix Force takes over, like, 5 mutants. Cyclops, Colossus, Emma Frost, Namor, and Shadowcat, I think. Those are the 5 that it takes over. Or maybe it was Nightcrawler.
I assume the Avengers have to fight them all one by one?
Yeah. And at this point, there are 2 X-Men teams. There's Wolverine and the X-Men on the East Coast, and the Uncanny X-Men on the West Coast.
Who are in those teams?
Cyclops and Wolverine have, like, split in leadership.
Okay. And
Wolverine goes back to restart the Xavier Institute. However, he calls it the Jean Grey Institute.
Ah.
Cyclops is got, like, Emma Frost, Cyclops, Shadowcat, Magneto, a couple of others.
It sounds like he's become Magneto.
By the end of it, he fucking does, because at the end, he has, like, this big monologue thing on, like, Captain America about how the Avengers give 0 fucks about mutants. And he's just like, you guys don't give a fuck about, like, we're over here dying left and right, and what are the Avengers doing to help us? Yeah. Besides nothing. And Captain America, for, like, I will say this for the writers of the character, he just looks at Cyclops, he's like, you know what, man? You're not wrong. And that's what starts the Uncanny Avengers, where Captain America recruits mutants to start a new Avengers team.
Do they start fighting people like the Friends of Humanity and whatnot?
I think so. Okay. I don't remember what stories they go on. I have the first issue, and I've not really gone through it yet. But it only went for, like, 50 issues, and then they killed it.
Was it all New Mutant type characters, or was it like ones of pre-existing characters? Or?
Well, Rogue was in it. Miss Marvel was in it. Thor was in it. I'm trying to remember the other mutants that were in it. I know there were like some Avengers in it. They were kind of like doing that kind of thing. Magneto breaks Cyclops out of prison, and they just kind of go on terror sprees after that.
So it is like Magneto float him around in front of him and he shoots people? I'm actually curious, how do they fight together? Is like he just up in the air doing metal stuff and like Cyclops is the ground and I'm also shooting people?
Pretty much.
Okay. I mean, I know Magneto's just like happy to have anyone on his side, but...
Well, I mean...
I'm not trying to like downplay like Cyclops, but picturing him being like, world-ending devastation, it's like, well, does he have a doomsday device or something? I mean, like...
So Magneto finally, I think, comes around to the whole, maybe we just shouldn't wipe out humans, maybe we should try to figure this out.
Oh.
Like, that's been Magneto's character for like the last, like, 20-something years.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Magneto's a good guy now. I know whenever they get back together, they end up, Magneto's still with them, like, whenever they go to Krakoa.
I don't know what's the deal with that.
Well, I don't know if you remember back in, like, the 70s, whenever they were refreshing the line, or the book, Krakoa was the mutant-eating island.
Oh, I guess I never heard of the mutant-eating island.
Yes, well, that's why Xavier has to form a new team, to go save the old team. That's why Wolverine shows up to save the old team.
So how does it eat mutants?
It's comic books. Don't ask me questions.
Okay, there's literally imagery of like someone halfway down the mouth of this island or whatever. Do they disintegrate? Like, does it absorb their life essence or like?
No, they're just in there.
Okay.
Because, like I said, they get rescued. You know.
Okay.
And then when they get back in like the new run, basically 2 or 3 of the people that Xavier recruits totally deuce out on him.
Oh.
Like, Sunfire is like, this was fun and all, but I'm gone. Warpath, I think, immediately dies.
Oh.
Which leaves, like, Cyclops, Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Storm, and a couple of others. But then, like, the original X-Men are just like, deuces were out, and they form X-Factor.
Sure.
I'll say Beast joins the Avengers for a little while. I don't remember. Those were all comics from before I was born.
The chick you were talking about, everyone was like going after her in the Phoenix and the Avengers stuff. What were her powers?
I think she was just psychic.
I
think so. I think that's what it was. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've read it, and like her powers, I seem to recall her powers not coming up a whole lot. But it could just be bad memory. But anyway, with Krakoa, the mutants end up living on the island.
Oh.
Like, they just form a new nation on the island.
So do they, like, punch it so hard it stops eating them? I mean, like...
Apparently it has, like, a cousin, sister, brother island that they can all live on or some shit. I don't know.
Okay. I thought you meant
this is literally, like, 6 years worth of X-Men that I'm trying to recap in, like, 2 minutes that I've not read. I'm only aware of in, like, articles or peripherally or talking with other people.
Okay.
Every year now, Marvel does this annual event called the Hellfire Gala, where like half the Marvel Universe shows up to a party at the X-Men's island. Like a couple of years ago, whenever they were doing... They were doing... What was it? I think they had just released Endgame. And at the Hellfire Gala, Kevin Feige shows up.
Oh.
And he basically introduced himself to Cyclops.
Is no realm free of sadistic
And like the whole... It's basically this thing is like, hi, I'm Kevin Feige, why don't you tell me your story? That is basically the extent of the conversation and the appearance. And people were trying to say like, oh, well, this is how they're going to get like the Marvel, like the X-Men and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm just like, I think you were a real...
shit. That's crazy. Crazy.
I'm bugged.
The seas are safe for you.
Cool. Ooh. What's that?
Don't know. That was weird. Ah, I just won't hit you. Wow, come on.
Notice it didn't let me realize you after you were finished.
This game was like, there's no point.
Well, I thought it was more like, that's not how DC works. I might be wrong. I wasn't like trying to do that. I realized how unnecessary it was after I started it. But then the game was like, well, actually, it's unnecessary.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of funny. I'm sitting here talking about how I'm more of a Marvel guy than a DC guy. I'm looking over at my shelves here. I have more of these DC multiverse figures than I do Marvel Legends. Although to be fair, I had to have like the Dark Knight Returns set. That was just a good book. Trying to think. There's a couple more that are out that I'm going to try to get my hands on. Like, there's a Kingdom Come Batman. I'd like to get that one. I'd like to... There's also a Nightfall Azrael that I'd like to get my hands on. You know, back in the 90s when Batman got super edgy for a while.
Yeah.
Accept the lies you tell, Supergirl.
Sure, with back instead of forward.
No, it's when he had, like, the super, like, mech suit thing.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure that didn't last because the toys didn't sell. Because if you have Superman, you want to... Like, the most a kid wants Superman to do out of, like, a robot suit is burst out of it and punch stuff harder than a robot can.
Yeah.
I don't know, why does it have my telekinetic power divided out with the other stuff?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Kind of makes me think of fighting with those bears in Tekken. Okay, I have to activate it. I have to activate psychic stuff with my circle button on my bar right now. Actually, so I have. It's a resource. Just, sorry. This is a try to fight it at that point.
I wasted it anyway. Look how much health you have.
No, I know. I'm happy you did that. I was about to do that, but that would make it even more worth it.
Aphrodite forbids you.
Interesting. Expect that to do damage over distance with this for that.
He just sits down, like, I'm sorry. He just sits down like he was a kid that like he was being naughty or something.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm sorry.
Which Robin is this?
Damian Wade.
Oh.
Robin.
I wonder how much he controls like that ninja from Tekken.
Supergirl. Fighters approaching Fortress of Solitude.
That's right. When you hit Supergirl in the boob with a sword, sparks fly off.
Makes sense.
Another body to send back to Batman.
Don't sound so happy about it.
Maybe I want to watch you suffer.
Begin.
Wow, you're right.
Now apologize.
Oh, okay. I tried to hit you in the extra and I totally didn't have it yet. That one's a pretty good one. That uppercut.
Ooh, you found it, huh?
If you're serious, why not just drag me through this,
Because Supergirl doesn't kill people. I don't know what else to say to that.
Yeah.
You know, dragging you through space and throwing you through asteroids and throwing you back through the atmosphere where you would have burnt up to a crisp.
I'm actually disappointed Damien doesn't have any, like, evasive special moves.
Supergirl
Maybe he
wins.
does with the circle button, and I wasn't utilizing it enough, but, like, you know? I just... He does seem good. It's definitely quick. What?
I don't feel like I guess I kind of feel like Batman, Robin, and Red Hood should play similarly. Kind of like how Ken, Ryu, and Dan all play similarly.
Same fighting style.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, and part of the reason I was talking about Damien is because he's also has League of Shadows training. But like, because not all versions of Batman do, but all versions of Damien do. And I realize are there no kid characters in this? Damien should I'm disappointed he's not 8 or whatever in this.
They've aged up Damien a lot in comics.
Oh, okay. How old is he now? Is he 20 or something?
I don't know how old he is, but I know that he's not a kid anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, if you had to guess, would you say he's closer to 25 or 16?
Probably closer to 16.
Okay.
But that's my blind guess. I know that he has taken over as Batman semi-recently in the comics.
Oh, he still is?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I know that he was running around as a white suit Batman for a while.
Huh, that's odd.
Yeah, just a lot of people thought that.
Who is that you picked?
Enchantress.
Ah. She's the kind of person you almost never see in a TV show, but you'll see in a fighting game.
Black Canary. Fighters approaching Gorilla City.
This is fighting Gorilla City a lot.
Dinah, this isn't a drill.
This is an intervention.
I'm not interested in rehab.
Begin.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Ooh, crazy. Ooh. Did not happen the way I thought it would. Sometimes with these characters, I'm literally just testing out what it even does.
Yeah.
Huh, I really thought that would hurt me. Or obstruct me, I wonder if it stops fireballs.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I could charge my swings.
You'll make a fine host.
I think one of your powers decreases my superpower. Might be kind of Shang Tsung-like, you know what I mean? And instead of health, it's my super energy.